There's an opening there. You guys can see it. This used to be a wall when we first bought the house. First thing I did was open that up. That way, kind of tied back into the kitchen. So, when I first moved in, we had a very small piece of granite installed. And it was only about 18 inches wide. So we just threw it on here. I just put a couple of pieces of 2x4 across, blocked it in, and then leveled and shimmed. Didn't even really try. We just cut the worst hole ever. We didn't really have any tools. And yeah, I think we did that live too. I picked up some granite slabs here. 150 bucks for all that granite. Usually about almost $400. It's in 2 pieces. So what we're gonna do, I think, at least until Tools with Souls gets here, we're probably gonna build some kind of box. What's up, Soundwave? We got Apache Helicopter, Learning with Juan, and Budsville. What's going on? Happy Father's Day, everybody. Appreciate it, guys. What's up, Robert G? So, yeah, we've got this thing going. DD Megadoodoo, what's up? Yeah. He showed me your channel. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. We're going to have to build some kind of box here. I don't really know what to do. I'm worried about the leverage that we're going to have if we don't build some kind of support. There's a couple of things I'm going to be worried about. I think what I'm going to do, I think we're just going to leave this like it is. And I'm going to shoot a rail of 2x4 or 2x6 all the way across this thing to about here, because I want to cut out a notch and I want to lay this granite in. So we're probably going to cut out a notch here, little square notch, drop this granite in and beyond that way, then put the sheetrock back, figure out how we're going to do something with the crack, and then do the same thing, but I want to extend it out as far as I possibly can this way. So I should have about 11 inches, maybe 9 inches of overhang over here. We should have about 8 inches of overhang over here. Compared to what we used to have. So we used to have 4 inches. So what is that, 9, 13? We're gonna have about a foot over here and a foot over there. 2x10 and box out and drywall underneath it for the bump out. Oh, that might look cool. Do a 2x10, box it out. That's not a bad idea. Make like some legs or something that comes up. We might need to do that, because that's a big overhang. We might have to do that. That's a good idea. The other thing we could do, drywall powder. Yeah. Got the booze ready to roll. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday, man. That's awesome. Yeah, silicone for the crack. And just squish it together. I don't really know. I think we just build a box. Let's just start by building a box out of 2x4s or 6s or something. What will you be cutting with? I got a lot of different things we can cut with. Cutting the granite with, I've got a circular saw and I've got a grinder. And that's all I've got. So we'll see how that goes too. I don't really know. I don't even know how long. I really put this live on so you guys could tell me what you think, because I know I've got a lot of professionals in my pocket when it comes to my subscribers. So I figured I would take advantage of that. Now I've got some full 2x6s here somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I had some. I think this is them right here. Yeah, these two are 2x6s. And then I've got a couple of bad 2x4s. And then the rest are finger lock 2x6s. Which we probably don't want to use. I've also got two 2x4s in the yard. I appreciate that, Robert G. Thank you, sir. It's very generous. Make sure everyone likes that. Make sure you guys like the stream. All you gotta do is double tap. Apparently likes really control how much push out the live gets. Just throw this up here. Where did my 2x6s go, man? That's not a 2x6. Maybe they're behind here. Uh-oh. I thought I had 2x6s, guys. And I thought I had them, you know, more. See, this is what we had before. We had this dinky thing. Just 2x4s across and a 1x4 for trim. Didn't even paint it. We just threw it up there. And it worked for almost 2 years. Something tells me we should not use finger lock. Somebody chime in on that. Anytime now, somebody wants to stop me from using finger lock 2x6s. It would be great. Okay, I found the 2x4s. Okay, I actually found the good 2x4s. This is where they are at. Meant to do that. I think the 2x6 is underneath here, actually. Yeah, the good 2x6s are here. Yay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Gotta grab the other 2x6 behind here. Nice. Okay, we're already in a good spot with these 2x6s. Two hands, is that good? Yeah. Gotta use a phone, hang on. Look out, dog. Yeah, that's perfect, because I want to take these, put it up like right about that high on both sides. That way I have a long cantilever out here. So I suppose I could use a clamp. I need to get a tripod for you guys too. Don't tell Shaka that I've got a Ryobi. Oh, I think I found another 2x6. Oh, this is, oh shit, that's not good. Get back up there. Got a two, oh, that. Oh, that's it, okay. We're good. This is gonna be loud. Proceeds not to be loud, nice. Okay. We have 2x6s, we have Milwaukee nailers. We have plenty of 3-inch screws. And we have a dog. And we have rum. We have everything we need. Yeah, so my idea is to put that at about that height. Spider. Put it about this height, just slightly over. And then put, just like we did before. Just like we did before. And see if we can get away with it. What's up, Ren? Happy Father's Day to everybody. Colorful doggy. Yeah. He's a good boy. Doodle. Come here. Hey, why don't you get on that dog couch? Here, go on the dog couch. Go on. Cop, get on the dog couch. Get on the dog couch. Come on. Good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Okay. Get the dog squared away. Box out around it after and put drywall in. Essentially create a slate box under the countertop. Wrapped in drywall. Oh, that might actually look really sexy. That is a great idea. I like that. Are we on board with my idea to attach the 2x6 down here and shoot it up, say about 1/4 of an inch taller than the highest piece of garbage, whatever this is, on both sides to create a nice level rail across here? And then attach it down below with lags to the existing wall. That way we're attaching this portion here, all this structure, to all this flimsy structure, back to this sound structure, and then creating a long kind of solid piece, right? Then diagonal kickers, okay. Well, Josh would know, so looks like we're doing diagonal kickers too. Okay, so we're going to be doing 2x4s to create a box, 2x6s across the rail. Now, should we use the 870 or the 860? I'm gonna go get a level. I left my level, I was building a chandelier for somebody, and I left my level Not level, laser level. I left my laser at their house on top of the fridge because I was determining where the old chandelier used to be to match the height. That way, whenever I was on the ground, all I had to do was just put my finger down, find the line on my fingertips, and know that the chandelier was the same height as what it used to be. Instead of having to draw a tape measure every time, I just projected the line across, but I left it at their house. Renegade's gonna be 25 tomorrow. Impressive. Okay, where is my level actually? If I don't have a level. I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, right now we're currently looking for the level. Oh, this actually might be a problem. This actually might be a problem. Should make a tablet hole slot. Motor control through wood and granite would be a trick. Maybe. Do you guys see a level here? I don't see a level in here. It's a 2-foot level, not a 4-foot. And for some reason, I thought that it was right here. But it is not right here. Maybe it's down here. And it is not down here. My apologies for showing you the Makita on the screen. Please forgive me. Oh no. Okay, so it's not there. That means that it is out here somewhere. Which means it could literally be anywhere. This is going to turn into a Home Depot road trip, isn't it? Yeah, if it's not on the back of this box, where is the stupid level supposed to be? There's no way. My plan one day is to organize this and then roll this underneath here. That way we can actually go through it all. Oh, I see it. I see the level. See? Good thing I found it. The first try. All right, now we need the tripod. Wish we had a whiteboard. Let's see here. Toolbox tactics now. Use 12-inch stud verticals on layout and then diagonal off to them to create a shelf under the granite. Just make sure to account for material underneath the granite to keep the same height as the existing. 12-inch stud verticals on the layout. I don't know about that. If you create a non-triangle box, you won't have to create seating option up the countertop. Ah. All right, Ren. Appreciate it, man. Okay. Let's do this. I gotta take you with me one more time because we're gonna grab the Milwaukee nailer and tack these in place. That way I don't have to do too much work holding things still. So we need some nails. So 2-inch penetration. We'll probably just be barely tagging the sheetrock, but that's okay. The nailer. I gotta get more organized, guys. Everything is everywhere in my house right now, which is partially why I started doing this garage. Everything's literally everywhere. We're gonna need that. We're gonna find the nailer. There it is. It's upsetting that I knew it was underneath there. Here we got nails. We got a speed square. We got a tool pouch. I just want this one thing out of it. Two things out of it. Pencil, nails, speed screws in my pocket. Cool. Okay. Let's turn this thing on. I always forget to turn this thing on. You got to hold it. Wood stayed nice and flat. Someone's got to show me. This is literally why you guys are here. Crown up, crown down. Somebody explain to me. I'm going to hold the camera and you guys can tell me. Because I'm just a stupid electrician. This needs to be flipped around, right? Which one? Which way does the wood go? Is Jeremy down there in the chat somewhere? Maybe Josh can tell me. Budsville? This is, I think this gets flipped, right? Look at the end grain, really? Am I doing it right? How does it go over here? Is that how you know? Is that right there? That part that goes up? Is this crown up? Cup go up. The cups go up. You gotta be more specific than that, man. You're talking to an electrician. These are the cups, right? Outside goes in. What? Here's the check. Flip it. Right hand side goes against the wall. How do you know that? Do I need to ask you for both of these, or are you just going to tell me? Is it that looks... This is the cup side? I don't know. Board's not completely straight. Okay, I'm gonna flip it. I'm going to flip it. But it'd be good for the folks at home to know why. Because I don't know. I'd like to tell somebody why. I need a stud finder too. Because I'd like to hit some of these studs over here. Now I should have a stud finder here. Pretty easy to find here. Unless I had moved it. You know, I actually can't believe how many tools I can't find right now. Because it is pretty sad. Okay, it's not in that drawer. He's probably in here because we were hanging those shelves. But you know, I think I just looked at the sheetrock and I could tell. I don't think I've got my stud finder handy at all. Of course, I'm staring right at it. Okay, so obviously we know there's going to be a stud here. Is there one here that we can catch? Too far. Hey, why is there not a stud going down here? Who built this wall? Who built this wall? Oh, well, I actually made this. So where's the, hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, geez, that is way too far away. There is actually no stud right there. Well, we can catch this, which is catching that, which is not ideal. But at least we have something to screw to. I would have thought there'd be a stud here. Good thing we checked. That's why you always check. No, there's no stud here because this used to be an open wall. This used to be a closed wall. I opened this up. So there's no obligation for a stud here. There's only a stud here because I built it whenever I opened the wall. So there's 16 on center or 24 in this house. So there's a stud here. And then there's probably a stud here because I opened this wall myself. So if I had to guess, there'll be a stud 16 or there'll be a stud at 24. Yeah. Yeah, that's why that's like that. Because I added this one, that way I could add this whenever I did it. Because I just didn't want to keep going more this way whenever I cut this wall open. Reframe it? I'm not going to reframe it. It should have enough support. That is an L. It might be an L. All right, let's see. So we only want to go to like there and there. to be perfectly level, but not too low. I want it above this, but not too low. And I'm doing nails that way I can tap it up if I need to. But these nails are just to hold it temporarily while I figure out the perfect height. Oh shit. We need more nails. That's what that means. Okay. So yeah, that clears. That clears. This is the one that I'm worried about. Yeah, this is perfect. So it's just barely above this. I'm not going to rely on this other than to just screw to it. We're just going to create our own little floating thing. Thank you for the stream. You're super bored. Appreciate it, man. Okay, we need to hit probably here with a lag. I think I'm going to do a pilot hold though, as you should. As you should. Trying to see if I had any countersink pilot holes that are long enough. No, we'll just use this. And I suppose we will use a drill. And we probably just use the 870 because it's quiet. At least that's what everybody tells me. They tell me that it's quiet. And I've got some spacks here. They're 3.5 or 3 inches long. They're 3.5 inches long. I'm just going to sink it all the way in there. That way any trim is not going to be a problem. We'll check for levelness as we go because it probably got bumped. And it did. This could be a problem. We might have to move that lag because this thing was slowly falling. My nails weren't long enough. Yeah, that might be a problem. Right now we are slightly too low. Damn. Okay, well, let's put this one exactly where I want it, and then I'll have to readdress the other side. It is what it is. Yeah, it's going to be on level for a second. I'm gonna rescrew that other side in. Yeah, we're going to go up on the other side. Not a problem. A slight problem, but not the end of the world. This is going about as I expect the live stream to go right now. Perfect. Right there. Okay, that was funny. I'm sure that was funny. It actually hurt. Damn it. You know, what's the point in putting tack nails in there if the shit's not gonna hold? Okay, that is absolutely, completely level. There's the bubble, Jamie. Perfect. All right, we gotta hit a couple of more before I'm comfortable with walking away. So let's do, this one here is a real stud. Yeah, it didn't move. That's good. Cool. And then there's another stud here because we got an outlet, so pulley right there. Anywhere right there is good. I'll go a little bit higher too. All right. We got one over there in that stud. Let's see, is that go all the way down or not? Want to hit one more. I was going to say, you're kidding me. Who built this house? Hello? Right there. Yeah, right there. I don't feel like that hit. Shh, F all. You know, I think we missed it by like a red cunt hair. We did. There's a red one though, because it was pretty thick. All right. Return the Klein Steven. Which Klein was it? The stud finder? The Franklin sensors finds the whole stud. Got the Klein stud finder, piece of shit. I actually like this one, it works good. I've used it a lot. A lot on a lot of my projects. All right, so we are like, we're obviously higher than we are on this. That's because I want all the weight to be on this, and then I'm transferring all the load with these screws. So we're gonna put one more screw. This is the stud going down that we cut. This was the attachment. So we're gonna go right here with one more screw. And I can't help but think, but I should have longer legs, but that'd be overkill. Okay, that one there did not quite sink all the way. Let's see what's going on with it. This is kind of why I want longer legs. Here, a little bit lower. Nope. We're just gonna live with one there. That's all we need, one. Everything else sunk. It's not going anywhere. Still very level. Cool, let's go to the other side. So now you can see how much taller that is and how level it is compared to how level it was about to not be. Because we literally used a recip saw only to cut this last time. And then I made it level with whatever I had. Those are ventilation holes, exactly, Matt. What's going on, man? Hydraulic is nice, yep. Okay. I need Josh to show me which one the crown is again, apparently. But first, I'm gonna get a measurement to figure out where this wound up. So this ended up at 9 and let's see here, 3/4. Pencil? Where'd the pencil go? Did I kick the pencil? Did I imagine picking up the pencil? Was the pencil a figment of my imagination? These are all things I want to know. Nine 3/4. Right there. Okay, I'm starting to see why some of these nails did never hit, because we completely effing missed. That's probably why this thing didn't stay earlier. They're just temporary nails anyway, but it's kind of why we had such a hard time. This plaster here is too thick. The whole wall is kind of too thick there. It's kind of pushed out. we're just gonna have to live with it, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a second. What's up, Tools Big Josh? Favorite electric person. Appreciate it, sir. Very generous. Thank you, sir. I'm restoring an old YZ250. I am? All right. Awesome. Thinking of you, and I added 2 diamond back clips to the other pouch. It's very nice. There's only a few bucks on their site, or 100 on Amazon. All right. I just floated it out. That was me, guys. This is an electrician floating it out. This is what happens. What actually happened was that you can see here that is not in line with that. So yeah, I didn't have a choice but to float it out. But yeah, I knew this was going to be temporary anyway, so wasn't too worried about it. It served its purpose, it did well, and now it's time to make it better. Blame the structural brad nail sounds like a good idea. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I knew my nails were going to break if I did that. Okay. It's that time. You got to tell me, which side do I throw this lumber in? How do you know which side is the crown? Which side goes up, which side goes down? Can anybody tell me? Look at the picket here. We got a clip now. It's good. Flip it. Okay. Definite curves in that one. He said flip it. Okay. Flipping it, it is. We're going to attempt to temporary nail this one again. See what happens. Oh, you know what? I don't get a choice. I forgot, this stops here. So actually, we need to cut this. We need to cut this right. Shit. Right. There. I guess you're coming with me. I guess you're coming with me. Let's go. The H60 has my battery on it. So I had to grab that too. There. Pools of Souls might get on here with me. See what happens. He texted me, but he should have called me. Let me see. Never mind, he's not here yet. Cool. Was Kansas paying attention, or does he need a tutorial? The trick is to move your fingers after the blade stops spinning. He's not here yet. It's funny, me and the guys that work with me always do a pouch check and make sure we're ready to work. Pencil and tape and bare minimum to look professional-ish. Yeah, I wanted to just start the stream. That way you guys could see what I was actually grabbing. And also to try to wait for people to get in here that knew what they were doing. That way I would know what I was doing. But yeah, I'm a huge, if I'm actually working and not doing this, because this isn't working, this is, I don't know what this is. This doesn't count as work. This is just another Saturday. That's what this is. I lost which way the wood goes. Josh is gonna have to tell me again. I gotta go close that door though. Yes, 38 months. Yes, exactly. So, what's up, Forgot Man? I was watching this for a few minutes now. I'm sure the project will not end with the desired result. It should be fine, man. We have you in the chat. We're going to be fine. He says, flip it. Thank you, sir. You guys ever watch Renovation Realities on HGTV? What not to do? Whenever they do electrical, I'm yelling at the TV. Now it's your turn to yell at this phone. There's so much caulking here that I don't know if I can get it off without a hammer. That's insane. The only difference of watching me do this versus the homeowner is I actually know how to use tools. I just don't know what I'm doing. There's a difference, see? Okay. I believe it goes like this, Josh. Let me make sure. Still good? They're a sham. Yeah. No, the Renovations Realities is actually pretty fun because the homeowners are doing it. And dude, they make some terrible mistakes. I don't know if they're doing all of them. Like this, right? It's good. Perfect. Sight down. Weight, sight down. What? I mean sight down. Harbor Freight certified, perfect. Too many cogs have never been a problem. If you look cross-eyed, that's good advice. I think I'm going to try that. Hey, what's up? What was that answer on your recent short video with the electric panel at the raceway that was marked B? Okay, so Frank. In about, when I get some time soon, I'm going to make a video with about 10 different shorts and answer all the questions to that short. But basically, those were 240-volt circuits because they were for air compressors, vehicle lifts, things like that, in a garage, right? So when you have more than 4 to 6 current carrying conductors in the same raceway, we have to derate 80%. 4 to 6, you derate 80%. And derating is not really the proper term. You have corrections and you have adjustments. So the factor for that is 80% with 4 to 6. He had, I can't even remember, 27 conductors, which means that his wire is only good for like 40%. So even though he had number 8s or number 10s, let's say we started with a number 10 wire, which we started the 90 degree to C column, we can say that it's good for 40 amps. Even at 50%, you can still only put that 40 amp wire on a 20 amp breaker. So when you have 27 wires in the same raceway, you can't do it. You know, that's the problem there. But I've got a whole calculation and a whole bunch of things coming out so you guys can see exactly what's going on and how bad that is. If your drywall is soft or crumbling, use a composite shim where the screw is going in, locks the board, and they sink into the drywall. Nice, nice, nice. Math and science, exactly. And the neutral is a current carrying conductor. If. Hi. Everyone's here. If it's a current carrying conductor, if you're not three-phase and it's truly carrying the imbalance. That's a random question. You want to see the vessel ball handles?
How's it coming?
It's going.
All right.
There's my line there, so we're doing something right. I'm going to tack this here. Hey, baby. All right, so I already knew I was going to bang this a little higher, but that's okay.
Liven.
We are live-in.
Hi, live.
Everyone say hi to Angela. She's here to help the project go a lot smoother now.
Or at least answer chat stuff. PP laser helps. The electric talk was about, I mostly heard neutral. Sharps or friggin' laser beams. Who's got a laser level. Backwoods says, hello, Miss Tactics. Learning with Juan says, Angela.
What's
Jamie
up,
says,
Backwoods?
Angela. Connor says, hey, Ange. Hi, everybody. Steve Ott wants to know, and what brand?
What brand? Laser?
Who's got
The
a
Sigmund?
laser level? And what brand?
The Sigmund?
I need to switch out of these wet clothes.
Yeah, I suppose.
But really, are you gonna get it out? Because they buy
It's going to take so many adjustments to get this right. That's looking pretty level. That's looking just almost level enough to where we don't have too many adjustments on it. This needs to go down a little bit.
Okay, well, they're taking.
Need help with anything?
No.
I know.
Okay, let's see here. We want this to go down.
Do you need my help before I get a shower?
Hand me that nailer, please. Thank you. It just needs 400 more nails.
Juan says kids and dogs. Yep. And grandparents. Man,
Grandparents
you are a
here.
nailing fool, backyard says.
Yeah, but
Back,
man, it's
Is
gonna.
it backwood or
Yeah,
backwoood?
it's
I just glanced.
backwoods law.
I'm sorry.
But it's gonna take a lot of micro adjustments to get this thing right. Why is she fussy?
She scratched her behind trying to get into the car. She slept this up.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just temporary nails. They're not really doing anything other than letting me micro adjust this. 15 gauge structural, yeah. Exactly. I got this close enough to where I think I can put a pallet hole in it now. Yeah, we are definitely going to run this in. Okay. So probably right here. That almost did not go in enough, but it did. It did spin out though. So now, you know, that's pretty good. It's probably not enough to complain about. Let me see. We could make it better though. You would think that there'd be a stud right here where they connected this wall so you'd have like a nailer, but I don't think there's a stud there. I'm gonna find out, I guess. Let's go right here. Let's see what this says. Yeah, so it needs to come up a little bit more. Just a little bit right there. Oh, that's nice.
Do you need a bag for your wet stuff?
That is
Whatever you like.
nice. Needs to go up a touch.
Okay, cool.
This has to come up.
That was
Already out there?
behind Mom. You might want to put it in a different place to make sure that we're gonna say bye.
Okay.
Do you want to say bye?
Yeah, I want to say bye. Right there looks pretty darn good. I'm going to angle it up
Right here.
Oh, that's great. I'll have to switch screws out. I have to get a longer screw because that popped out. So far,
Rob, they're leaving.
yeah, I'm saying bye. Oh, thanks. Bye. Bye-bye.
What time did y'all get here?
We'll have to send pictures.
Yeah.
10:15.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for helping me find that granite.
Oh, you're welcome.
Getting it in here.
You guys saw here at 10:15.
Okay, there's got to be another stud here somewhere. Swing and a miss. Yeah, exactly. Let me switch this camera. Wider angle. Can I get a wider angle? No, that's all we get. That's all we get. There's probably 23 different wrench brands on Amazon. 43,600 views, yeah. Clamps are good for this also. I thought about doing that. I've only got one parallel clamp. It's a good idea though. Two Klein laser levels, nice, nice. The other day, I had a whole townhouse with 48 volts on the neutral. Over 10 years, kept blowing stuff up. Oh, that's pretty funny. I missed all the electrical talk. I mostly heard neutral. Is Forgotten Man still here? I was trying to answer that question, but kids were kind of crazy. We're talking about the corrections and adjustments factors for more than four current carrying for more than 3 current carrying conductors in the same raceway. I'm gonna grab some bigger screws. Where did I put the bigger screws? I do not know. So I've got some really long ones that will work for this because it'll sandwich the two pieces of wood together and even act like a clamp. But, oh, I do know where they are actually. I know exactly where those screws are. So I've got these, and we'll probably use a couple of those because they're fairly long, but we'd have to really sink it to get all the way in there. So we might not use that. That just seems like a butcher job. We're not doing that. I have another Bosch and had a big Bosch. Those good to you. Stolen off your truck. Dang, dude. Oh, Forgotten Man, yeah. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the number of current carrying conductors in a raceway. That's too long. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. These are way too long, guys. I've got a bunch of black screws here somewhere. I just don't know where they are. See, that's too long too. Now that's beautiful. But man, I've got a bunch of are they in this box? I think they are in this box. And I usually have them in a DeWalt container. I don't know where they went. Need 4 inches of, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. But I bet you that's the T40. I bet you that's a T40. Now we're gonna go find a T freaking 40. Where's my T40s at? Yep.
Are you needing help with this now and me get a shower later?
If you want to.
Well, it's mostly do you need it? Or can I get a quick shower and be done and help you in like 5-10 minutes?
You might want to shower afterwards too, but yeah.
Is it that sweaty of an activity?
Yeah. It's getting sweaty, especially when we start lifting the granite. Then it's really going to be sweaty. I'm just trying to get another shower with me. It's going to work. T40. There's not even a T40 in here. Never mind. Damn, guys, I don't know where nothing is. Nothing. That is not going to have a T40. Wait, is that a T40? That's not a T40. Ryobi for the win. Ryobi FTW. Crescent. That's a lot of Torx, but no 40. No 40. That might be a 40. No. That's not it. That's not it either. Those are all T25s. I've usually got a bin just for testing screws. It's a T30, but that's too small, right? Yeah, T30 is too small. WTF, man, where are the T40s? I've got one here. I don't really want to use it, but maybe we should just to keep the stream going. Damn, that should be a T40. Better off using a carriage bolt. That's a little bit of overkill. Of course, I pulled that out, and I still needed it to get this one out, and just close that door. She's pretty loud.
But you're gonna get them stuck. Don't do that.
Close the door. She's pretty loud. Okay. Don't need no stinking impact. Nice. Yeah, we made it to the wall. See how this screws straight down? I think there's a stud right here. I can't reach it. Ah. Oh. Oh well. Stud right here. No. Yes. No? Yeah, here you go.
Apache helicopters here.
I know. Yeah, it's exactly where I thought it was. Nice. No balls.
You leveled the top of this 2x6.
Very much so. In every way possible. Okay, there we go. Who's asking? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we are very level.
Backwood says, ouch, Celine's gonna miss again. Been there and done that a time or two.
Yeah.
Apache's comment. It says, tell me about it, Esteban. I have been waiting for souls since Tactics said micro adjustment.
There's a reason. Watch.
Apache says, can't use carriage bolts in the wall, sound wave, but across the top maybe.
Yeah. I had a couple of those red bolts, and now I have not a couple of those red bolts. Where did they go?
Apache said, well, I also want him to add a thick and healthy bead of Lexel between boards and granite.
I don't know what Lexel is.
Sashko Lexel is the best.
Okay. Who said that?
Apache.
Uh-oh. That means we should probably do it. Okay. We're going to use this one and we're going to angle it up.
Ron says,
Shit.
I think it's old. Lexel.
Oh. That's dumb.
He said it multiple times.
Hey, why is
Apache
there
says
not a
this will help with the top
stud?
tip being later on.
Why wouldn't
It
they?
has Lexel.
Why wouldn't they put a stud here? In this corner where the two walls meet.
I feel like we had this issue last time.
Is it right here?
Jamie says it's a clear and red tube of blue. Lexel.
There we go.
Everyone should have some.
Oh, that's nice.
The Forgotten Man says just eyeball it. It's not like anyone will notice. You don't know Robert then.
I will notice. I have to sleep in my own house, bro. Yeet. Yeah, see, that's a stud. What the F?
Apache says, yes, Jamie. See Tactics. I told you Jamie does this type of work regularly. If you don't have Lexel, you should stop and get some. Then question everything you've ever known.
Oh, no. Yeah, we don't have any Lexel. Keely, get on your bike and go get Lexel.
What's that?
Just go get it. We need it.
I don't know what it is.
Gorilla Carpenter Glue. BW said.
This thing is slightly off and it is bothering me.
Well, yes, of course it's bothering.
I know. I gotta fix it. Take that, wall, you. I'm going to angle this up. I need to lift it up. Ah! That's good. I was hoping to damage the wall.
Have you ever tried Satisfy More Flex?
What is it? Yay, I did it. Oh, that's nice. That's also nice. I can live with that. All right.
Jamie says you better give her some money if you expect her to ride her bike. Apache says
All
stop
right,
her.
come here. We gotta test it. Don't come here.
Look at the puppy dog. Puppy dog.
Chicka boy.
Look at the puppy dog. Look at the puppy dog. We're like, nope, you're loving on me. Look at the dog. It's two dogs.
Which one's the small one?
Vice Bill says, that's another dog. What you doing over there? Besides growling. Backwoods, they always want loving. Look at those muscles. Uh-oh. Did you take that into account?
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta figure out where we want this so we can slide it this way. We gotta cut here. We gotta cut here. So we got
Okay.
to kind of crush this
That
against
looks like a double hernia, Backwoods says.
Fine.
Apache says you need Lexel. Yes! Okay. Do you want me to put this on this thing?
Probably. Okay. We're done. Thanks.
Okay.
Make sure you don't hit the volume button.
I hope I didn't.
No, you're good.
You need to watch it here.
Okay, so
Shooting hot. Look at
she's
It's
way too loud.
shooting hot.
All right. Look like a double hernia, yeah. So the problem right now, right? We still got to build the. We got to build the things, and I know that. So I'm trying to figure out what what to do here. Because if I put a 2x4 across, there's always going to be that gap of air in between here. And how many do I need across? These are things that I don't know. I do not know. If the overhang is more than 6 inches, you have to brace. I think I do. I can't lay it flat. It's impossible. I've got this thing here. The granite will never go flat. So my plan was to build out a couple of flat, kind of like we had it built before, right? And then box it in, like you said, with sheetrock and like box it, which I'm all for. And it should brace it. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Right. And notch it out. So we're going to notch out. Well, I'm going to run a 2x6 going this way, right? Every like foot, or no? My plan wasn't to have it lay flat on this. I was gonna run a 2x6 out this way. Can I not do that or not? No, vertically? Let me call you. Make sure you answer your phone, Apache. Then create diagonal kickers. Is this still your phone number? He's not answering. Wi-Fi calling to work out. Where are you? All right, so my plan is to, or was to, do like what I did before. And just have 2x6s coming out. Will that not work or not? And why won't it work? I'm already notching out, so we're gonna notch this out right here and here. And I'm going to slide this slab that way, probably to about here. So I'm cutting a U channel out. Yeah, we're gonna put a faceboard or sheetrock it all. Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. That was the plan. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for how far the board needed to be, what my overhang was gonna look like, and all that stuff, because that's gonna determine how far out my stretchers are gonna go. And how much fastening, yeah. I need to stand on edge, there's no strength in flat, he's saying. What's up, Russ? What's going on? I don't know how much strength they're gonna need, honestly. I would think it's gonna have enough strength once we're done building it. What's up, Russ? Okay, so right now we're just trying to figure out how's the overhang doing, because I feel like I should overhang a little bit more on this side, because walking around this corner, am I gonna hit this if this is here? And the answer is probably yes. So if we move it in a little bit more, like there we go. Now we got less overhang on the kitchen side. Okay, now the next question becomes, yeah, it's granite. Once this is all the way over here, what can we set on this countertop without hitting the wall? So, there's a coffee maker. Something, maybe not a coffee maker, maybe a toaster. I want to know if I've got real estate to fit anything here in this corner once it's going across. That's the next question. About 10 inches of overhang. I was figuring about 11. No, it's figuring 9 is what I was figuring, actually. Let's do 9. Let's see what 9 looks like. That works. So 9 inches of overhang means plus 1.5 inches, 10.5 inches of overhang And then it's all about the flow. So when you're walking around the corner, right? If this is out to here, that's going to put this cabinet here. I don't want to have to walk around to get through here, especially with kids. So I don't want to go too far out. This is going to be three inches. So no, you stay. You please stay. Just stay. It's very simple. You just stay. That's all you have to do. Just stay. You jerk. Just stay. There we go. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hey, stay there. Yes. That's where it's going to be. So we're coming around the corner. I don't think that's too bad. Let's see. Watch out, dog. That's not too bad. I think I can live with that. So we're going to wind up with 10.5 inches of overhang. 9 here, 1.5 inches out here. 10.5 because we're going to go as far as we can this way. So we have a whole nother slab right there, right? So we need to figure out how long is this slab. $58.5. Who turned off my light? Turn that back on, please.
Still need you to.
58. So 58 comes to all the way over here. Trying to figure out what we're going to do. So 58 winds up there. I'm also waiting for the density style granite cutting with angle grinder. Yeah. Suggested 1 times as well. Drywall didn't make sense, Apache. Let me see. Lexel. I don't have any Lexel. Just run the whole way across, take the granite off. Heat a measurement of the total length. Then subtract 2 inches to make sure measurement, calculate each side overhang and lay out the rig supports before. One by material isn't going to split. You need lateral strength, not uplift. To be really honest, if it was in that deep, I would have refrained to my RO measurements. Why are you trying to avoid an angle L brace? I'm not. Set a chair back and see how far you have to lean to eat. We had an 18-inch counter here this whole time. So this is already a huge improvement. This is we're almost getting 10 more inches of space versus what we already had. It used to come to about here on both sides. We could barely get 2 plates in front of each other here. So I already know this is good. I don't need to do that measurement. But if you guys want to know, Pretty good. Okay. Okay, these are the measurements we can't forget now. Uh, 7 1/4. Yeah, we should do 7 1/4. So 7 1/4 overhang on this side. We could also do 7 1/4 on this side, honestly. And then this is 8 inches wide. Exactly. So 14 plus 8, we got 22. So we need 22-inch cuts of 2x6. It's the way you're going about originally, which is fine, just screwing the riggers to the top of the wood and laying the granite down. My question is, what bonds the granite to the wood? Probably nothing, the weight, silicone. Hey, what's up? Are you watching the live? Yeah, I'm I'm building a granite countertop. I'm building a thing for a granite countertop right now. Live right now. Yep.
I'm using my iPad.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll catch you later. All right. Maybe we can play 7 Days to Die later. Keely plays now. All right. Yeah. All right. Bye. That was my brother.
Hey, how's her light supposed to be on in her room if you need the light on out here whenever it keeps doing the opposite? Because
Hang on a second.
it to be it doesn't work.
Which remote works? The other remote?
Yes. Yes. No, I'm just trying to get the light on.
Okay. So turn off your light now. Is it off?
No?
Turn off your light.
Okay.
Okay. Now turn your light back on. There you go.
Thank you.
Now they're synced. All right, let's see here. Just use Bondo. Through the roof. Okay, we need 22 inches with a 7 1/4 inch overhang on both sides.
In a little bit, okay? I'm gonna help Daddy for a little bit.
No, 22 is not the right number because I said 7 1/4, not 7 1/2, or was it 7 3/4? You know, 7's looking pretty sweet right now. We did do 7, yeah, it's 14. Okay, whatever. We need 22-inch cuts. Ready? "22-inch cuts." You gonna bring that with me?
I don't have shoes on.
You wanna go get some shoes? To the garage.
Are you cutting it out in the garage? or-
Yes, recruiting the garage. Not this. I got to pick this back up. So we just yeet. Trying to think how I'm going to set it down. Where's it going? It's going right where you're at. You might want to move. Okay. I don't really need my fingers, do I? Ow, I do. Okay. Ready?
We're still talking about sealants and adhesives.
Yeah. Wait until they find out that I'm just going to use regular caulking.
You're just gonna put your caulk on.
Just going to put my caulk on it. Just my white caulk. Not this stuff though. Well, maybe. If it has silicone in it, maybe. We'll see.
Budsville's at LO.
22 inches.
Cursor says, what do you think about the Diamondback Flux X? Will you upgrade to it?
The Flux. Let's see. This is what I've got so far. I don't know about the Flux. I'll have to look it up. This is the Mad Pack, obviously. You guys caught the last video. Slides in like that. Snaps on there. And then what I did, which is better than Diamondback or Vito alone, is I actually put a Vito pouch in here. It comes from the TPLC. Yeah, the TPLC. And it sits right in here. So the Diamondback, I think it's a Flux and has 3 pockets in here, and it looks really good. But this is a little bit more useful for me, personally. And then if I'm doing something else that requires a speed square, like right now, I can use this. But this is my weapon of choice. But recently I was building a chandelier. 2 chandeliers actually this weekend. Friday, whatever. And what I realized is that I like having a more open pouch. So this is a more open pouch. And when I'm on a ladder, you think this is going to feel bulky, but if you guys ever had like a Phobos holster, I don't know if you guys are into firearms or not, but with Phobos, it's like a big old paddle and it sits here and it looks really, really bulky. And they usually OWB carry. And they just don't look great. But if you ever put one up against your body, it really contours and feels really comfortable. And that's what this thing's like. So you might think this thing is really bulky, but this is better than any belt because this thing just contours right here. You don't even feel the tightness of a different belt around you. You don't feel anything. It's a really, really nice contour around your body that is unmatched, because usually you've got that one clip in the middle that's just kind of pulling down this one spot in your belt constantly. This thing carries all the weight, and then you've got all this extra space for wire nuts and things like that. So I haven't really decided which one I like more. What I can tell you, whenever I was using this pouch, I found myself turning my strippers upside down and putting them in like this whenever I was just working, knowing I was going to grab my strippers again really quickly. And I also found myself turning this upside down and putting that there. Every once in a while, these would make it back in the slot. But this screwdriver quickly fell over here, and then I was putting this screwdriver here, and nothing was really secured all over again. So when I actually went to go work with this and I was on a ladder, this wasn't a good functioning belt. If I wasn't on a ladder and I had both hands and I wasn't trying to hold a effing chandelier from falling, because I never trust the little ground that actually, you know, that goes in the chain and holds the whole light up. I never trust that ground. I always take an individual piece of Romex, wrap it around the light, because this doesn't mess up any of the finishes of the chandelier. And then I hook an individual 12 wire through the loop of whatever bracket I've mounted to the ceiling around the Romex. I'll make up my light and then I'll cut the Romex when I'm done. And actually, I was doing that yesterday and I realized that I needed longer screws factory because the customer's box was all the way above beyond the sheetrock up in the attic. And the screws weren't long enough. It was one of those stupid lights with the bead down here that you got to screw into the light. And the screws weren't long enough factory. So I had to get different screws. While I'm taking the other light down, I was holding the weight of it because I'm always paying attention. But man, that ground broke while I had that light in my hand. And luckily I was able to catch all the weight of it. And it only weighed like 45 pounds or something. It wasn't like crazy heavy of a chandelier. But that could have been really bad, you know. So the Romex thing, always having a pouch with more room to just drop things in and actually have true wire nut storage was really nice. And it was a quick pouch. So this is kind of my recommendation right now.
Cotman says, where's the jig to make your marks and exact measurements? Denny says, should he notch the horizontal 2x4 or add one, then raise the 2x6? Or is he filling that gap? Juan says, what pants are those? Recommendations like it are welcome.
These are, what are these, Wranglers? From Walmart?
I think, possibly? I don't know.
Are they?
Yes, the Wranglers.
Wranglers. What are they, 30 bucks?
Yeah,
Everything's
around that.
expensive now, man.
He turns his strippers upside down also. Budsville says it's easier on them and me. Denny thinks your pants are possibly Carhartt ones.
No, these are the Wrangler ones.
511 tactical on sale are good.
I wish they were 511s.
Jamie says notch or add a one by on top. Apache lost connection for a minute. Vinny says, Vinny says you can't notch the 2x4.
They said to notch a 1x in here, which is actually a really good idea. I don't have a 1x.
Precursor says, so what happens if you had dropped that chandelier?
Oh, it probably would have cracked the customer's tile first, and then I would have had to buy another chandelier. And the one that I hung, it was a nice fixture. It had like almost like a beehive opening to it. It was metal, and then it had like little peek holes of like beehive kind of texture to it, in like a lattice work, you know. And the glass was, the globe was sitting inside of the beehive holes to where the light was poking through, and it had like individual like holes. It was a pretty cool fixture, but yeah, it wouldn't have been good. It would have been bad.
Precursor also wants to know what the plastic insert is called that you kept switching the bag.
Oh, it's called the Mad Pack. MADPAK. Amazon, $25. I have a video about it today, and I do have an affiliate link on that video. Anytime you guys use an affiliate link, of course it's appreciated, but I don't do this for the money exactly. I do a little bit of it for the money, but really I'm trying to get as many electricians as we can to be good at what they do and have some integrity and know how to do their job properly. That's the ultimate goal of the channel. Help you guys make money too.
Forgotten Man says he needs to go. His phone's battery is nearing discharge and I'm not home to charge it.
Appreciate you jumping by. I forgot, man. We'll see you later.
John Demolition wants to know if you've ever replaced a fluorescent circular tube with an LED.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have videos of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just cut the ballast out. Circular tube. Circular tube. He's talking about the one that goes full circle with a full circle
my bad,
LED.
my bad.
No.
Okay.
No, I've not played with that kit yet.
It would be similar though, right?
Similar. It would just be knowing where to source that LED at would be half of the battle, I would think.
Apache says, I use the affiliate links.
Thank you, sir. It certainly helps.
For craft, says, what do you recommend, Flex or Milwaukee? Apache says, Flex.
Yeah, Flex is pretty decent for what it is.
Danny gave you $5.
Oh, I appreciate that, sir.
I use your links if I'm buying it though.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We've got, I've got some cedar. I've got cedar fence pickets. I don't have any 1x. I do have some OSB, which will keep it overall flat and supported. I don't have enough of those. I've got OSB though. I kind of want to use the OSB. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this saw.
I don't know if you know, but over the course of the video, you've gotten $26.99. I don't know who else.
Yeah, man, a couple of people have been very generous. You guys are awesome.
Thank you guys.
Definitely, you guys are awesome. What we're gonna do,
You were pushed into Flex. He contemplated for way too long, then you recommended it and showed why, and he's never looked back.
yeah, the Flex is amazing, man. The Flex is so good. The DeWalt batteries are absolutely amazing, but the Flex batteries, if you get stacked lithium, you'll be really happy. The Flex stuff is extremely overpowered, extremely over-engineered, and on the bulky side, but probably the best, easiest warranty to use in the industry.
Learning with Lon says Flex is awesome. Apache says OSB is decent, just don't leave a way for it to be exposed to moisture.
That's the thing, right? So it's gonna be underneath the counter.
So it's possible.
It is possible, because I have kids. We have children's. Cedar's better. It's all wood.
Says,
Hey, I've got 1x right here.
Jamie says, I've been doing Flex warranty on battery products. They've been amazing. Jamie says, I'm waiting on a killer Flex deal, then I'll buy the lights if it's still in the store. Apache says, love my 3.5 Flex FL battery, especially with my Flex one-hand reset saw.
We do have a 1x. Whoa, that's really crooked. It looks like my Johnson.
Apache says cedar is much better for rot caused by moisture.
Yeah. This is literally what the other granite was sitting on, guys. You see how flimsy this is? So all it was sitting on was these 2x4s before. That's loud. Why are you so loud? What happened to the... Oh, they're right here.
Painted wood works, Apache says.
Yeah, it's actual wood.
Denny says that he was gonna say paint.
It's primed and ready.
I'm ready for motion. I'm ready for motion.
Yeet. That one's in there.
I'm angry.
Yeah. If I can't find a miter,
Is that going to be spicy with the thing being on top of it?
No.
Patchy said, haha, SpongeBob.
no, it shouldn't be. Should be okay.
He caught what I was saying.
Yeah, he did.
That means your mic is picking up on my voice. That's good.
It is. Oh, you want a mic?
I don't need one if they can hear me.
What about a Steve?
No, I want a Robert.
I want a Robert. All right.
I'm a one-dollar kind of girl.
I'm trying to find. Ow! Angela, it did mean things to me.
No, don't let it. Do I need to growl at it?
No. I found it right here. Wait, I gotta get it. I growled at it.
Let me growl at it. Jenny says I can be heard, and Patrick says that too.
Sure.
I don't need a microphone.
Well, that's not gonna work, gentlemen. What are you getting stuck on? Okay, that's not gonna work. Damn. I don't have a DeWalt miter floopy. No DeWalt miter floopy.
How do you get one of those? Apache says those mics seem to be doing well for you guys, even when using one for two people.
Yeah, these mics are really good. They're 160 though. They're a little bit pricey, but
Russ says he would try Flex, but he already has too many battery platforms. LOL.
this is so sketchy. I don't really want to use this saw without a miter. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to use a saw without a miter.
How are you gonna get one?
I'll have to use that one, modify it with the same miter slot, and then make my own 90 degree. But that'll be for another stream. Today, we are going to
Oh, my ears.
notch it with this, I guess. I don't know. Is that what we're gonna do? Is that what we are doing?
I need to go get a sweatshirt. Maybe I can scoot it forward.
Are you getting cold out here?
Well, I was right in front of the air conditioner and my hair's still wet.
Yeah. Where
Apache agrees
is...
with Russ and said that's where they struggled to break into the market. Too many players and not a lot of people going to rebuy. Denny says, right, Russ, I now have 5, so Flex would have to be super cheap. I do like their lights though.
The lights are amazing. That's what we did the last live stream. Where did my pencil go? Did it launch off, or like did I just make it disappear?
I didn't even know you had a pencil.
Where'd the tape measure go?
I heard the tape measure fall at one point, but I don't,
Did I take my ADHD medicine last night?
I don't know. There's your tape. I don't know where the tape is. Do I need to go find one?
No, I found a pen. I'll have to grab the Klein one in a second. What is that? 3.5.
Apache says, I used to be in 12 lines of tools, narrowed it down to 7.
3.5. We're gonna...
And Jamie says the Flex clearance got me to try it. Now I have a stack.
Yeah, see, this just isn't an efficient way to do this.
Backwoods says he thinks your tape is in the kitchen. It popped off when you were putting the marble down.
No, I picked it back up before it came out here. This just isn't a good way to do this. This is going to take way too long. If we put another piece of wood in front of this, we can get the back cut because of the length here. So we can try that. I need a clean piece of wood though, not a, yeah, so we'll take a lesser tall thing and get the back cut. Okay, now we need to figure out the height with this stupid adjustment. Where is it? Where is it? Yo, where's the adjustment adjuster thing? It doesn't have one?
I'm gonna go get a snack. You want something?
Yeah, this saw does not have one.
You want something to eat?
Yeah. This saw does not have an adjustment depth stopping doohickey, guys. Damn. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to make a jig. Eventually. Eventually we will have a jig made. This is 3/4 of an inch exactly. I'm gonna burn an inch to make sure I can see. I need to get a speed square. Okay. If I drop the tape again,
Got some bag of chips in the drink.
you brought some bag of chips.
Powder, jalapeno Cheetos, and spicy sweet chili Doritos.
All right.
What?
Yeah, it might be time to put on a apron at this point.
Gotta start cooking.
Yeah. But you gotta promise not to try to jump my bones when I put it on.
Okay.
And the chat has to promise to not get moist.
Russ says he talks to his tape measure too.
It's kind of
We're just
dusty.
talking about a bunch of different types of tools.
Maybe right there. Maybe right.
VW has 20 different types of battery platforms.
Nice.
Which include tools with built-in batteries, probably more like 28 or so, he says.
Okay.
Apache says if you don't talk to yourself or your tools, you're not normal.
I'd also agree with that.
Apache's never owned Ryobi tools
Okay.
that he's purchased.
Let me get a pencil.
You know what your 70% makes.
70% making? What does that mean? Oh. What are we building? You know what? I'd like to know where my effing pencils are. How about that? Where are the pencils? The pencils. Where are they?
I don't know. Can you open this?
Me either. Yeah.
CNF wants to know what he's 70% making. I don't know if I like the sweet chili.
We're making a cantilever for a thing. I can't keep eating on stream. It's okay. You can. Where's the pencils at, man? The pencils. We're making a cantilever to hold some granite countertops. There it is. I was looking right at it. Which was probably something I shouldn't have said out loud. It's too late for that.
Apache explained to CNF that you're making something for a something else jig for a support for a countertop.
Oh no, we're full blown trying to make the countertop thing right now. I don't think we're trying to make a jig for it at this
Backward
point.
says that
We need more length here.
the tape and the level are getting beat up tonight.
Yeah, they are. The other one ran away, so it's gonna get punished when I
Am I
find
the
it.
tape or the level?
Haha. Which one do you want to be?
Only if you're the other.
I can't find nothing. I can't find the nothing. Have you seen it?
Apache says it's already moist.
Damn. We can use.
Whenever you were talking about the apron.
Yeah. This is just getting increasingly sketchier
Feeling me, you need an HD 50 packet then.
as time goes on. Oh, okay, that's why. Because I am stupid. We don't need that.
Nobody thinks it's on in your ear.
I almost looked. Almost.
Matt says you should clip them to your apron.
Yeah, I got it now. We got it now.
Jamie says you like to say cantilever. Apache says keep a tape and few pencils at the cut station the same where you were working. Use the pencil pull.
The pencil pull. I forgot about the pencil pull. This is why I have a pencil pull. Ow. Three quarter.
Matt says exactly how many times we put those attached to the saw link a bank LOL.
Man, it's really tempting not to use this.
BW says for accuracy you always use the same tape measure.
You know what we can do? Yes, we can. We just don't want to pull a Kansas handy while we do this. So I've already got the cut.
Cross hand cutting is bad for you.
Yeah, he's right. Get in there. That should do it right there. Okay.
Apache says use the miter.
That might be loud for the chat. I just thought about that. That's pretty on there, actually.
Matt says I'm telling you, the Mag 77 like an old timer is the answer. Apache said he's using the miter saw base to cut with a circular saw. Oh man.
We were measuring with it. We were just getting ready. All right.
Apache says Mag 77 is the best saw ever made. Jenny says the Kansas Handy sounds like something you'd see on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
BW says he's doing a tactical errors move. What's worse? Apache says you need a chisel.
I've got a chisel.
Hey, what's the green box when it pops up?
I don't know. What does it say?
Taka has, it says 20 NTHS.
20 months. Shaka's been a member for 20 months. Thank you, sir.
Yay! Ryobi tools are trash. If you like Ryobi, you dumb, is what Taka said.
Shaka's a man of intellect. You guys listen to him. Okay, chisel time, I guess. I need a workbench.
You want to use this as a workbench?
No. I've got a workbench right there. We're gonna use a workbench as a workbench. I need a little bit of sandpaper. You want to clear this off a little bit, just for me? Thank you.
By putting it on the ground?
By doing whatever.
I don't know where else you want me to put it.
I'd rather you not put it on the ground,
That's what I'm trying to figure out where you want me to put it.
but you can if you need to.
Where else can I put it?
She's getting angry, chat.
What?
I said you're getting angry.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where to put it. You're like, I don't know, put it somewhere. And I'm like,
Here, put all these here. Let me hand you these tools. You put them in the
this too?
YouTube room, yeah.
On floor?
Yep. On the workbench, sorry.
It tried to attack my bum.
Well, it's because I taught it everything it knows.
Coco knows not to go into your office.
Yes, she does.
It
Is that
really
going to be
did
too
attack
much
my
light?
bum.
It's because I taught it everything it knows.
Well, it's scratchy, but
Just
Russ says, oh, chisel. I thought he said chisel.
haha.
Benny says, by the way, they say those vertical saws can cut a better 90-degree angle.
Vertical saws, yeah. Whoa.
You need a bench grinder, DNF says.
We never did contour this hammer. I made one, but I never,
Soundwave says, any angle iron around?
yes, no. No angle iron.
Matt says, oh, the Ryobi Banfield is a third of the price most of the time. It has more gusto than my DeWalt, LOL.
You know, actually, I've got a nicer chisel that I've been a lot nicer to in its life. That really tempting not to use that other saw. Actually, hang on, chat. I've got something. I've got a really bad idea that we should absolutely try. Oh, you're gonna leave right when I'm gonna do something? We should not try. You know what? I refuse to do it with this saw. I like this saw too much. I'm not going to do it. We're not doing it. Don't worry. You can stop commenting. Don't do that.
They did.
Nah, that's because they didn't get a chance.
Benny says I saw that coming.
Because we got to do this like a bunch of times, so it's not even going to be.
Matt says Banfield will clean that up or set the stop. Patrick says let's take a pull and pull HF, any tool brand they have there or exclusively Ryobi.
Well, that's an interesting pull right there.
Why do I feel like I need the platoon size AFAK now? Blackwood wants to know.
AFAK.
IFAK, sorry.
Here, come over here. On this side. Just see what we're doing. That's a knot.
Fine craftsman there, Matt says.
Okay.
Patchy says, hey, use, get over here.
Where's that folding chisel
Jamie
at?
says you need a beaver file. Apache says use the OMT.
Use the OMT. I don't know if I've ever used an OMT for something like this.
BW says he could cut it on his, it took me 2 days to do a half-hour essential saw. Matt M says oscillating tool. What's a beaver file? Is that a real thing?
Probably, yes.
I'll go find you a beaver if I need you. No!
Hey, don't say no out loud, then they'll know I messed up.
They can see that you messed up.
It's,
IFAK is the Army Individual First Aid Kit.
oh,
But they make them in a size big enough to treat as full patients for combat lifesavers.
gotcha.
Then he says we saw it.
Yeah, I know. It's because there's a knot here. It's not too much I can do other than go getting a oscillating tool. Blade. You know what? We could probably go a little bit deeper than the next cut instead of going exactly, because then we wouldn't be so detrimental. What are you doing back there?
Jamie says I did something similar with a circular saw recently. Maybe take 2 passes to get the depth. Apache says we should all chip in for a few of the largest IFAKs. BW says you should use a router.
Router's not a bad idea.
Matt says, or set the depth stop on the meter saw, then hold it down.
It doesn't have a freaking depth saw on the miter saw. If it did.
Apache says, yeah, Matt, have you seen them among bowls on the miter saw? Making bowls.
Oh yeah.
Plasma cutter. Soundwave says Milwaukee hacksaw. Matt says miter.
I got the miter here. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
You're doing both sides? Jamie says Elmer's glue. Apache says tape and a bigger hammer.
Start taking a bigger.
That says, how lame is it that my Ryobi HP miter saw has a depth stop?
Yeah, but it's probably like a full size saw, right? This is just a little 7 1/4. I figured no one's gonna need that.
Jamie says, screw a 2x4 on each side and use the circular saw like a mill. Matt says 10-inch slider, yeah, I have that DeWalt too, the 7-inch one. Apache says, this reminds me of the older live streams in the attic and knocking down walls, but this is much better knowing there is less of making my friend here struggle with his health.
Appreciate it.
Then he says, don't you have a table saw right around the corner?
Yes.
Light bulb.
Yes, I do have a table saw. Right. I actually took the miter gauge off of that table saw to use it on the table saw that wouldn't work, and then thought, damn, I guess I don't have a table saw.
Jamie says, like a boss. Soundwave says, cat cuts there. Russ says, caveman rabbit joint. Denny says he just wanted to flex with his flex. BW says the local emergency room is on standby, I hope. CNS says TNT never fails to make us look like pros.
What's up, ZNF?
Apache says, correction, he has 2 table saws, both around the corner. Matt says, free-handed on a table saw became a statistic. Apache says, now you got it almost done. And he says, leave it to the homeowner to call out the table saw. Jamie says he is definitely he who has table saw. That one looks a whole lot prettier.
Oh, thank you.
What brand is your other brand, Matt wants to know?
I will have to get you a link on it. Oh, it's right here. Ecozone. Ecozone?
That's an ECO Zen.
Ecozen, that's right. Yeah, it is Ecozen.
Eco Zen.
Nice. You know, it is a little bit. So this is the prototype. And you know what? The whole time I'm doing this, yeah, we're making a stretcher that's going to span the length of the Granite. But also, it can't be stronger than an actual 2x4. This probably isn't a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to do this. This is overkill. It looks cool. I bet you I could break this right here. Is this necessary? Do we need to do this?
Apache says, but this is much more entertaining. We could watch a number of woodworking channels, but this is about the caliber that we are all averagely capable of, which makes it more fun and relatable.
That's true, but
Matt says, okay, looked familiar. I have a black one of those. It's an Alphabet Soup brands for sure. Sierra says, what are you doing?
No. So it might be an Alphabet Soup brand, but I did a lot of research before I bought this one. Look, the rivet popped right the fuck off as soon as it had a chance. So obviously it's a piece of crap. But this one has a lot of benefits to it. So I looked at a lot of different aprons. There's not very many good ones out there. This one has the covers. So when you are doing this stuff doesn't wind up in your pockets. So if you have one of these, there's always shavings in your pockets when it's open. And then you've got 2 decent pockets here that meet in the middle. So if you wanted to, you could show your wife a magic trick and play, where's the hammer?
Sierra says, what are you doing?
We're building a support. Sayer?
Sayer, yes.
Oh,
I
what's
said
up?
Sierra on accident.
She called you Sierra. Damn.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so whatever.
Yeah. So this one has a little bit better things, right, than the other one does. There's no doubt about it.
Are you going to tell them what you're doing, though?
No.
Okay.
No, it's Sayer. We don't have to tell them anything.
And then Toolsel still says, I forgot to call you.
Oh. I got Angela here now.
How do you like the apron concept map? Russ says, hey, Sierra. Sayer.
I'm not doing this because I feel like it's weaker. Hang on.
A Sparky trying to do a handyman.
Hang on.
Sounds
Let's
like
see.
a comic strip from the 80s.
Yeah, see? That's just not.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Hang on. Turn into an elephant.
Jenny says he's showing us how to notch a board while letting his 2 table saws take a rest.
Look, we're not going to do this design. Someone said, notch the things and do the. It's not as strong, man. We need to support the granite properly. So.
Apache wants to know why we're doing this anyway. We need to notch the 2x6 that we attached to the wall to accommodate the double stacked granite.
No. I'm going to go around that. You'll see. We're just going to grab these right now and go install them because doing that was actually, a huge waste of time. We don't need to do that.
CNF says, what are you joining them with? Matt says, I have that exact one besides the color. Apache says, all right. First, don't rip the end off, is what Jamie says. That's what she said.
Haha.
Bryant says, hey man, what's up?
What's going on? This is the wrong size. So this is the cutoff.
Sayer says, oh, Sierra. My drag name when I play with
Who says he's playing? What's up, Sayer?
Matt says my favorite tool belt is...
Sorry, Doodle.
I gotta walk. Keep reading water. Say something. Here's the dodo. Here's the dodo. Oh, two doggy dogs.
Okay, so this door is going to start hitting the granite pretty soon. So we're going to have to move that jumper, bumper, stopper, lopper somewhere else. So this door is going to wind up.
Soundways says you have backwards pants on.
So nice of him to notice.
Denny's saying that Soul says missed some comedy gold.
30. How wide is that?
Sayer wants to know why you don't like him now.
Oh, I do like you, Sayer. Sayer's my best
Why don't
friend.
you tell me you don't like me now?
13. Yes.
Apache says we only need to notch the wall part. Matt says that's how you get splinters.
That's how you get splinters, yeah. Oh, notch the wall part. So this sits in here to do that. Fuck. Is that what he said to notch? Damn it.
Soundwave says pure frustration at this point. I guess that's when you broke it in half.
Oh, no. I was.
Jamie says notch down into the 2x6 already on the wall.
Oh, no, we're not doing that either. Look, this is going to overhang. It's not going to matter. This isn't going to matter. It's going to, here, we'll just have to show them.
Apache says, I like your miter and table saw setup. Cool idea.
Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, let's just.
That edge lays in there. Is what Jamie says.
Oh, yeah.
Apache says because you have to seam up the 2 granite pieces anyway, why not cut off the double stacked granite edge?
When I put these two together on the floor, you couldn't even tell there was a crack in it. Just like my ass.
Apache says just 2 pieces that can lay flat on the 2x6. Sayer
Just-
says just build a 2x3 frame, fast, simple, clean, no thinking, and then you can trim it out really nice.
2x3.
Apache wants to know why we can't just cut off the double stack side of the granite, that one edge. Soundwave says you're gonna need a Milwaukee oscillating tool. Jamie says, or bring the horizontal 2x6 into allow the thick part. That's what she said.
I think everyone's
Fancy back
overthinking
end
it.
of the 1 1/8 plywood, call it good. Matt wants to know. Apache says I tried to suggest that Matt, he doesn't like plywood.
Yeah, this is what I've got at the house as well. So, I mean, we could go.
Russ
Somewhere.
says that you're ornery tonight.
I'm ornery.
Sayer really wants you to build a 2x3 box, like a little wall, and set it on top of the ledge. Strong, clean, simple. Apache wants you to show him the double stack side of the granite edge.
The double stack. Yeah, so the double stack side of the granite edge is going out to here though. Because we're notching the granite and then bringing it here. And then I've got backsplash material that hopefully doesn't hit this switch. 100% that backsplash is going to hit this switch.
Matt says, yeah, this is much better option over a plywood. Apache says, so not on top of the 2x6?
It's going to be on top of the 2x6, but it should be sitting right on top of it. And then it's going to have a little bit of overhang here. We're going to notch a C slot into the granite to slide it this way. And then your double thick edge will be rolled around here like this, and that'll be the reveal. So we should be just fine. We should be just fine. The question was, is this going to be strong enough? But I think it will be, because this is going to be plenty of attachment. See, before I only had center screws here, and I had a lot of force. But now that I've widened this out, by the time I put 2 screws here, I'd be hard pressed to break this off with a sledgehammer. Once I get 2 screws on either side.
You're talking a lot.
Yeah, I think we're in a good standing now with installing this here.
Sayer says, I want you to make use much, much more than that Souls guy. You are far more interesting and cool.
I appreciate it, Sarah.
Apache says, okay, that's fine, don't cut, that makes sense. Russ says, are you going to use bar stools for sitting?
Yeah.
Apache says that will be fine. We actually already have it, and we've been using this, we just are replacing the top. Matt says should be fine, just fine, famous last words.
Ha. Sorry, Doodle. You good boy. You come up here with Daddy.
CNS says why not use triangular trusses so it's more rigid as the load will go to the wall. Hello?
Yeah, we might do triangular. We're gonna see if it needs to be more rigid. Because right now, well, I'll just show you.
Jamie says slide the block towards the inside of the hole on the other end. Apache says you just need Lexel.
Let's see here. If I die. Oh, nice. We're good. Ta-da! Yeah, it's gonna hold the granite. Yeah, this is gonna be fine.
Sayer says, you know what makes you better than Souls Guy is you actually do things, build things.
Well, thank you, sir. And I know you didn't mean that as a stab at souls.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, I know he didn't mean that as a stab at souls either.
No. Apache says, I like this way. It looks pretty good so far. And then Apache wants to know how many cross members are we using?
That's the question that we need to determine as well. How many indeed?
Matt says, build plywood out of 2x6s. LOL.
Yeah. We might. That's a 7-inch. That's 7 inches. I'd rather be 7 inches exactly here. This board's a little bit long for some reason. Just a little bit. I hate when it spins.
Sarah says it's only a 60-pound slab of granite, so you just need to make it so it doesn't crack.
Yeah, that piece of granite probably weighs 100 and something, 110, 120.
Matt says enough to span the ocean. Jamie says always some fish that doesn't exist.
All right, so that is going to go here, and this one's going to go over there. That here.
I would go
one?
as many as possible to avoid cracking.
Yeah, I know.
Denny says I say 5, but was trying to delete, like, can it split if a heavy object is dropped on it?
I just stood on this part. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, 5 would be ideal. I would say 3 minimum. That's cutting it. 4 is okay, 5 is better.
Yeah, we'll probably center the larger 3 and then do the rest in 2x4. I'm going to do more.
Says full support is the answer for stone or fragile material.
Right. So that's 5. So we'll do 2.5.
Backwoods says I saw a gremlin run by.
Keely.
Keely.
7.
Sarah says plywood with a simple frame and some PL premium will last forever. Don't overthink it.
Someone said they saw a gremlin run by when you went by.
I'm gonna check on Kayla real quick.
Oh, where the crack is really where we need the support too, when you think about it.
That's true. It's cold in this house.
It's cold in this house. This is to the crack. To the crack we got 53. And to the crack we got 53. We said we're gonna have a 3-inch overhang here.
My feet are tired of being feet. It's freezing in here.
Why are your feet tired of being feet? What'd you do?
I don't think they're used to these shoes yet.
3. I don't know what to do.
She wants a dessert.
Okay. Hey, you can't really sit there very good, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can.
I told her to come out here because I didn't want her eating a dessert in there.
Gotcha. I don't want it in the background.
I can understand that. I'll make sure.
3 inches overhang. If I go with a 4-inch overhang, it's not going to be pretty. What's a 4-inch overhang look like? Damn, I guess we're going to go with a 4-inch overhang, guys. So 53, it's way over here. Four-inch overhang, 53, right there. I got it.
Kayla, you want strawberry vanilla? She probably can't
It's hot in here. I'm sweating.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to go get more clothes.
No clothes.
Holy moly.
Hey, watch out for that. Oh, we have rum.
Huh?
We have rum. Want to make a margarita?
I don't know.
I can make a mean one.
I'm gonna have to put more clothes on before I do anything.
I guess. I will let you.
Strawberry
Take.
or
It's 41 and an eighth. That is.
okay.
Hmm. 41 and an eighth to the center. 41 and an eighth. 41 and
I got one.
Okay.
an eighth. What's going on here? That's 41.
And
That's 41-ish.
Okay.
There we go.
Love you.
Yeah. If we're 64th off, is that okay?
holy moly.
Okay, so we need to put some here.
Says, gave $20
Oh.
ice cream money for my internet grandchildren.
Keely, come here.
Matt says, your outlets are upside down.
Hey, Sayer, just
Did I say it wrong again?
say no. You said it right.
Okay.
Sayer just gave you money for ice cream. What do you say?
Thank you. Yay!
Kaylin, we just got money for ice cream.
Happy, Hannah.
Kaylin, hi. We just got money for ice cream. We got money for ice cream.
Just cheesing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. That was so sweet.
Okay,
Um,
that should be 7 inches. Did I forget to make sure that was 7
I left
inches?
for like half a second and there's like 20.
Why'd you do that?
Ice cream.
22.
Apache says that's why he is installing this at gremlin height.
What time is it?
I don't know.
I gotta use a grinder on Granite tonight.
If you hurry, it's past 9 o'clock. I know that for sure. Oh my goodness. It's fun.
And-
Okay.
We're not gonna be able to use a grinder on Granite if it gets too late.
Or we just pause and do it in the morning.
It's already 10 o'clock. We can't pause.
That's what I said, but that never happened.
I don't like that mentality. Take it back. You take it back. I'll cut the damn wall before I have to use a grinder on Granite at 10 o'clock. Maybe we'll cut the wall. This isn't even a real stud, guys. All the reality that you think you know, it's an illusion. This is not a stud. Whoever built this house did not put a stud all the way to the floor. And I will show you. I will show you. See, the stud's here. But there's actually not a stud here.
Are
See?
both ends going
See here?
past the hole? The
Look at
ends
this.
have double thickness.
We're going to be notching this right here. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but it'll be okay. We're going to cut this out because there's actually not a wall here.
That's wall.
No, yeah. There's not a stud that runs here. The stud is here. The stud is here.
Oh, you have her in the background.
Mommy!
Yeah,
I want.
it has to soften just a little bit. It's out and it's softening. Just hold on.
But we got a thick lip on it, so we're gonna have to cut it up higher and then patch it later. It's gonna look like, but we're gonna be cutting this and sliding this granite in very soon.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. We need to make a couple of stretchers here. Part of me just wants to put a stretcher across here, and that'd be nice. But I think we'll just put more. Go ahead.
BW says I still say his daughter would have finished it in half an hour. Oh no, half an hour ago.
What's up, BWs?
Jamie says, yep, faces are upside down.
22,
Matt says
my
the
outlets.
apron makes it hot too.
It's facts. Okay.
Apache says he did that on purpose so a key doesn't fall and spread from neutral to hot. Ground up doesn't allow that to happen.
Oh, this one. Yeah, exactly, exactly. See, we have a. We could, you know, we can make contact there. Good thing that ground is there. Oh, I just realized what this is.
That's spicy.
Yeah. Actually, that's so weird. Feel it.
Yeah, it's like filmy. Yeah.
Dude,
Look, it even looks shiny on my finger.
does it really?
Yeah.
It's so strange, guys. Whatever was in my house.
The Rock Man says, holy crap, you're still at it. Finally got home, and here you are.
Yeet. I think it made it to the curb.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. That is so weird. God, that's, well, there's a lot of cups over here. Do not come over here with the camera. It's 400 cups.
Uh-huh. Jamie says gravity is always there, but I don't think it would hurt you with a key, maybe a piano.
Yeah. Let's go cut a couple. 1, 2, 3. Let's go cut 3, 4 more fluky hackies. Got it?
Russ says 64th is precision, Robert, when you asked earlier.
Oh, good. Let's go cut 4 more fluky hackies.
Patsy said, but it can only be used for Canadian ice cream, which starts with a miracle with face.
It's very nice of you, Sarah. Thank you again. Okay.
It says, not Gremlin's ice cream.
You feed them once.
Sarah says, I miss my little tool destroyer. She needs some ice cream, I bet. My favorite internet granddaughter.
Was she eating ice cream right now?
Soon. I have to defrost it, son.
Okay.
Apache says, I have a request. Can we use the Flex recip saw?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Aaron says, your dog looks sick, dude.
Which one?
Which one?
Come here, Doodle. Here, baby. Come here. Come here. Are you sick? Are you sick? Are you fit? Come on up. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Oh, you're going to talk to him? What are you going to do? What? Come here. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Hang on. Are you sick?
Apache says you need 5 more fluky haggies.
Hang on. Here, bring the camera up here. I'm not sick. I'm just a dog. Okay, go.
Sarah is
Just
going
lose at me.
to test a inhale paint sprayer tomorrow on 200 feet of fence.
Oh, nice.
Forgotten Man says, what if you plug in something that's only 2-prong? What? That ground on top wouldn't stop anything. Best position is horizontal with neutrals on top.
Ha, he's right. He's right. We have a request to use a flex recip saw of all things while I'm trying to be as precision as possible.
Firewall open and use some construction techniques. Apache says that's what I would have done, Jamie. Reframe for RO of counter. Apache says get some jacks and cripples. Soundwave says hack it up.
I want that
Apache
going.
says or get TR receptacles, which is what is code now.
I want that going.
Matt says just use a fine tooth
they go in.
blade and go slow.
Ha!
Backwoods says I'm training up my 6-month-old German Shepherd now. She's a goofball.
Who said to go slow? We're going to show Matt what happens.
Use a fine tooth blade and go slow.
Does he not know what happened when you asked me to go slow?
Do the opposite. Go like a jackrabbit.
That's right.
Can I be right back, or are you doing something unsafe?
No, I'm, what are you doing?
I need to serve ice cream.
Oh, yes, you do. Sayer's request. I need to move the camera so I can actually get here. There we go. That's better. I have to cut it like I'm cutting strut at the job site. Ah! Don't know what happened there. Oh, I see what happened. We should see if it stands up by itself. Oh no, it's not gonna stand up by itself, guys. Hang on. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There, Josh. We tried. Tried, buddy. There we go. Good as new. All right. Ha! Now I got 2 effed up cuts. Thanks. Look at all the dust. Ooh, look at that bumpy. Look at it. Look at it, chat. Look at those.
Can I use my stick?
Yeah. I'm gonna grab something. Ow! Hurt me. Oh, we're in the other room now. I'm grabbing some string. String, string, string. String. Got it. Perfect. We need
Sayer says they say having a pretty lady in your videos will give you subs, so this stream will skyrocket.
He's not wrong.
Rules the Soul says, is he not doing an underframe?
We are not doing an underframe, sir. Where's another little screw? There we go.
Jamie says, next, in hour 4 of tonight's program. Sayer says, well, love you, buddy. Have fun and enjoy your weekend.
Who? Who?
Sayer.
Why is he saying that? Is he out there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
Charlton says, Sunday, Patrick's going to get breakfast in bed and take it easy.
Ha. Is that what's going to happen?
It's Father's Day. So that's what you want.
Look, I made a string.
Nice. You want to bite?
I made a string.
You want to bite?
You like my string?
Say,
I like my string. Who likes my string? No, I like my string. Don't walk on that granite like I almost did.
I didn't.
Ta-da!
For
We
my
got a string.
top, Charlton wants to know.
No, it's actually a granite top. It's going to be a little sketchy. I gotta find a. Ow, my back.
Sayer says, if I had a pretty wife like this, I would have no time to stream. I would be too busy loving her and spoiling her. Maybe I need to go find Sayer.
He's up in the mountains somewhere, but
Sayer says, oh, I forgot, happy Father's Day.
good luck. Good luck finding where he lives. He's in an undisclosed location, so the government can't find him.
You want a bite?
I do want to bite. What is that?
I have a mixture of it, strawberry, vanilla, and then the brownie batter.
Mmm.
Sayer says, I'm too old and senile for you, lol. They're saying a lot of stuff about what you're doing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it good stuff or is it bad stuff?
It says, Matt says 3 of us have told him to use plywood. He's going to make it complicated.
Yep.
BW says, tactical errors, how not to DIY marble-headed edition.
Perfect.
A 1/2-inch offset, Souls wants to know. Matt says, then you can flush trim it. Kansas says, my dudes. And Patty says, Epic would have been notching all of these cross members in the existing wall toe nailing into existing studs, installing a long runner across all of them, and then plywooding on top to sit flush in drywall.
Yes, it would have been. He's right.
Um,
We still might put plywood on this. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what it does. Because we're gonna stand on it here in a second. Hey, where is the screws? Okay. Because I brought it in with the saw and everything else whenever we picked up the granite. Because I made a box to... Rivers built a crate on site to get the granite here. And... yeah, I thought I had the screws here. But the screws are not here. Oh. Would you like to go look in the front seat of the truck to see if the screws are there? I think that's where they are at. Because I have the tools in the back seat, but the screws are in the front seat at the floorboard. Please.
I can check, but didn't say anything on that. But here, you want another bite before I go?
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, I can't see. That's better.
Here's better. Bye. Ice cream.
The front man says, cut your granite in the bedroom. When your neighbors hear it and complain, you can tell them you've got to give what the lady.
It's true.
I'll tell you what's wrong here. Those boards are not ground contact rated. This is going to rot for sure.
Ground contact? I think that's a troll. But if they're supposed to be ground contacted, that'd be pretty impressive considering they're, you know.
They're going to rot for sure.
So the overhang should be like way out here. Oh, because it's water and it's a countertop. That could happen, I suppose.
Sayer says how he is doing it is perfectly fine as long as he puts some good plywood on as a base and rigidity to the garnet.
We are gonna see.
Apache says, great idea, forgotten man. No man or woman in their right mind would want to interfere with the potential of women's score.
Nice. I need those screws, baby. Thank you. I'm gonna move the mic here. You got it? How are they going to rot? Maybe if water gets on them? I'm not sure. Who said they're going to rot? I'll tell you what's wrong. Oh, that's Kansas. They're not going to rot. Just kidding. Yeah, don't take Kansas serious. As soon as I saw it was Kansas, I already knew. It's pretty funny, Kansas. Hey, Kansas said that. You can't take it. Kansas is not to be trusted, ever. Why is this light so dim? There we go.
You want to go
thank
back
you.
in your room, babe?
Alright. Wait.
Let me help you with this.
Oh no, it's dead on. I gotta switch impacts, man. The 870 is not my favorite. I don't even know if the 860 is my favorite. But it doesn't impact because it's so strong that... Ooh, that is effing loud. Okay, hang on guys. Apparently, the 870 is very quiet. Makes me want to go get the others. Hang on, we're going to get the M12 Surge now because of that. That is not what I expected. Get the M12 Surge. We'll see how much quieter we can go. Might need a different battery. That sounds grainy and terrible and weak. Why does that sound like dog crap? We got a race. You ready to race? My M12 Surge versus your DeWalt. Can I get a bit? Where'd you go?
It's all crazy looking.
Oh, I'm about to get my ass kicked. You ready? Can they see?
I don't know, I'm left-handed though.
Can you guys see? Oh, you want to switch? Switch. You ready? All right. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. I won.
Far end doesn't need to go.
Oh my God. Well,
You did it, not me.
you're right. We're good.
It's in.
Yeah, didn't realize how close it was. All right, let's race again.
That's no bump. It's all good.
Let me start one. Push down right there for me. Just push straight down. This thing is terrible. We're gonna kind of do another one there.
That's over. That's too far over. Yeah.
That's 8. That's 8. Go ahead. More. Yeah. You ready? One, 2, 3, go. I almost went in a bad spot. Yeah, the surge is way slower.
That says the 1007 volt, DeWalt, LOL. Russ says the M12 sucks, Robert, LOL.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Apache says, get out the 1330.
Oh my goodness.
Kansas says the Stealth Force gonna beat that 870. Tool says considering the application nails would honestly be better.
Who-
And W says
who-
drive a screwdriver into the side of the one by without a pilot hole and you're asking for trouble.
What the fuck is going on here?
Jimmy says he took a nap while waiting for the third screwdriver.
You guys saw that, right? This here was in speed 3, stuck in speed 1. You took a nap? Good. I'm glad we could give that to you.
Jamie says let's just build the entire thing in wood and use the granite for a sidewalk.
We need to notch out that fake wall there. So we should have some pretty good, ideally we wanted a longer level. Oh yeah, that's actually really nice. Wow. We stood on this one and it's still level. Damn.
Apache wants to know how long those screws are.
3-inch. Three-inch screws.
Matt says only 7 more 2x4s and it's solid. 2x4 plank.
Perfect. Okay, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna notch out this whole, cause this is not an actual stud. It's just the stud is over here for the whole structure.
Is this a stud?
No, this is the stud, but it doesn't go all the way to the floor. So it's faking it. It's just a big mother faker.
Kansas says looks like inches to me, guys, right? I need to run to the restroom.
Okay, everyone heard you.
That's fine.
Would you like me to take the microphone in
It's
there?
natural for people to have to go to the restroom.
It's not natural for people to go to the restroom. You don't know what you're talking about. No, it's gonna have to be a bigger notch than it needs to be because I've got that lip. So we gotta go this thickness here plus this thickness right there. We're gonna go all of that. And then once it drops down in there, I'm gonna have a gap of that high where I cut. So it's gonna look stupid. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's what we're gonna do. We gotta cut it. Let's figure out the measurement. Looks like it is here. We're gonna cut that much out. And then it's gonna drop down to where it doesn't look like we need to cut that much out. But we do to get it in there. So that's what we gotta do.
You're gonna make this a margarita?
Yes. Oh my God, the whole building shakes. Do you like how much the wall shakes when I do this? Notice how there's no pinch on my blade? See? That right there with no pinch on my blade, good indicator it's not a load-bearing wall. Also, my trusses are running a completely different direction. So my trusses are running, let me think about this. Are my trusses running this way? I can't remember which way my trusses are running. Yeah, my trusses are running this way. So, no chance of this being a load-bearing wall. Now, we could cut it into some wire or something, you know, and find a surprise. That'd be kind of cool. Just start it.
Apache says we're going to test how well we can cut through Romex.
Yes, we are. We might find it too. And if that happens, then hey, it happens. Wait, I don't want to cut all that out. I just want to cut this out. Yeah, the Romex is right here. We can actually cut. We can cut a little bit lower and then we can go higher. Because we just got to go over the lip, and then once we go over the lip, it's going to drop down. It's going to be kind of stupid, but it is what it is. I'm just going to cut. We got to cut it all out for it to slide. Yeah, the Romex is up there and it looks like it's okay.
Why are you tinkering it?
I'm trying to pull it.
Jealous.
Oh, damn. All right. Okay. We're going to figure out exactly what that measurement's going to be here in a second. And we got a lot of patching to do, but I've got a backsplash made of the same material that the countertop's made out of, and it should be just fine. All right, so to recap, this is not a load bearing wall. Load bearing wall is 4 more inches that way. The granite sliding this way, 4 inches that way. And then it's going to drop down. So we need to cut a little bit of this sheetrock up. And then we actually have to cut more of this out because this has to be the right height. This 2x4 has to not be higher than our base. Okay, cool. 2x4 is definitely not higher than our base. That's our support here. Granite's going to drop down beyond there. Need a tape measure. I need a vacuum too. What are you eating now?
Then he says, oh, cut the measure. I learned something new tonight.
Well, I wanted to cut so I could find the Romex because I know it's in here. I just didn't want to cut into it because I got to cut further. We need the bolt claw. We need the, oh wait, I've got a bolt claw right here. There we go.
What are you doing, sir?
Shoving the wire out of my way.
That's what she said.
Yep, that is what she said. Okay, yeah, so we need,
Apache says, I want to see some granite cutting and installing.
we will see what we can do here. So this is a 3-inch overhang. Yes, it is. We're going 4 inches though. Right there. Right there.
Jamie says it ain't gonna drop unless the notch drops.
Yeah, the notch is gonna drop. So Jamie's correct. This is our 0. And then I need the notch to drop, but I need it to be tall enough to slide in here. And then it's gonna drop. And then we're gonna have a gap here looking like a dumbass, but it's okay. Because I've told you that I'm expecting to have a gap. So once you see the gap, you can't laugh because there's no other way to get this in here. 3/4 of an inch down. Yes.
Rodney says, for a sick man, you're doing a lot of work.
We're doing really good now, Rodney. We're feeling pretty good. Part of it is because we're getting this countertop out of here. This countertop is from the old house, and this is the best I've felt in my own house in a long time because there was obviously microtoxins on this damn countertop, believe it or not. Yep, we need to replicate that. 4 inches, yep. A 2.5.
The flex recips on the rigid O.
You were saying something?
Are insulated. You can cut at least 120 volt cut, and it will ID the breaker for you.
Nice. Not gonna
Don't
try
ask
it.
how I know.
Not gonna try it, but yeah, that's funny. Joshua said that?
Apache.
No, yeah. Apache, my bad. 4 inches, give me back my tape measure. You wanna bring that around here?
Caleb's process, I must have missed a lot.
What's up, Caleb?
Denny says, Apache, I usually trace my breakers while drilling holes to hang paintings and shelving. Sold.
What's up?
Says to poke the wood with kills.
Not a bad idea.
You have 5% left on your phone.
Oh,
Sayer says, I cannot sleep much. I have to see how the show ends. LOL. So he's back.
nice. We can't let the stream die. So if the stream dies, then not good things happen. So rejoin. I'm gonna restart another stream right now.
80 people are watching.
Yeah, just all you 80 people, just rejoin. I'm making a stream right now. Bye. See ya. Thanks. Thank you. All the support. The X. Quick for the phone dies. Because it's impossible to start another stream or